Good afternoon everyone, and once again welcome back you all to the online classes. And now you all know that we are discussing about the forest. So these are our lifeline, and in this topic we have discussed about the many things, so that the forest, forest provides the shelters, food for many animals and many tribes of people. They are also living in the forest. And also we have learned that we get many things from the forest. So such as we can get the medicines, because there are many herbs are there. So many medicinal plants are there in the forest, because there are varieties of trees, plants, okay, the plants which are trees, herbs, shrubs. So many varieties of plants we can see in the forest. So from those varieties of plants we can also get the medicines, and also the timber for our furniture and all, and also we can get the gum, we can get the sealing wax, we can get honey, we can get rubber. So likewise we can get the sandalwood. So likewise we get many products from the plants. And also we have learned that there are many animals are there, because the forest is the large terrestrial habitat. So it can give home for many animals, and many organisms will be present in the soil and also on the ground. So many animals are there. And some of the animals, when the trees, when they shed their leaves and all, and when the animals die, so to consume those dead and decaying matter, there are some kind of organisms are there that we call as the decomposers. So those decomposers break down this waste which is produced in the forest, means like the dead leaves and some parts of the plants, and also the animals when they die. So these decomposers break down that complex substance and convert it into humus. And humus provide nutrients for the plants, which is necessary for the growth of the plant. So likewise, everything in the forest which is there, everything is useful and nothing is waste in the forest. Everything. So if we find there nothing, a single object is, we can say, waste. So everything is useful. Everything will be recycled in the forest. So likewise these forests are very useful to us, and that is the reason we give the title Forests Our Lifeline. Okay. And we have learned and also you might have seen that identify by the markings of these footprints and also the droppings. Droppings means the waste which they eject. Okay, so the droppings will be different structures will be there, the sizes and all. So then depending on that also, the droppings is the animal waste it is. So depending on these droppings also, they can identify which kind of animal is there in that particular area. For example, in our area only, we know the droppings of sheep, goat and all. Okay, so likewise these also eject the droppings. So depending on those droppings, they can identify the type of animal which is there in that area. Right? So likewise they recognize. And see, you might have observed some of the plants, the saplings, so they will be growing on the wall of the buildings and all. Have you observed anywhere like that? One place ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತೈತ್ರಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ suppose if any place is there, so on that particular place, so you can see, observe the small saplings will be there, the plants. So just think how those plants will be growing on the walls. You can observe on the top portion of the wall and all, you might see some small plants. Okay, so what happened there, how these plants will grow on the wall. So these plants, usually what happen, many birds will be there, birds and animals like monkeys and all. So they usually eat the fruits, right? They eat the fruits, and we all know that the fruits are having the seeds, right? The seeds will be present in the fruits. Okay, so when the birds and the animals such as monkeys and all, so when they eat the fruit, sometimes some seeds will be dispersed by those birds and animals in some part of the buildings. The seeds may fall, and suppose if in any place, if it gets some quantity of nutrients to grow and the water, then the plant can grow there. But remember that always when you observe such saplings on the any buildings and all, in old buildings and all, so it will not grow taller. Small saplings you can see, because they, to penetrate the root, they are not having the place in the wall, okay, to grow taller, and they get only little quantity of nutrients in that, because we are not providing any kind of nutrients there on the walls and all, and because we don't want to grow on the walls, the trees will not grow on the walls, right? So when they get a little amount of nutrients to grow, so only small plants can grow. Okay, so likewise, so the plants can grow only when it requires the necessary amount of all the nutrients and sunlight, water, so that it can grow. So if the sufficient amount of all the nutrients are obtained to those plants, it will grow taller and healthier. But if it gets only less amount of nutrients, it can grow shorter. So there on the wall, it gets only small quantity of nutrients and water supply and all, so that you can see the small saplings on the wall. Right? Is it clear? Yes. So likewise, the plants can also grow on the wall, but they are not growing taller. Okay. And see, if we because we know that the canopy, yes, the canopy means the different layers, the many trees are having the crowns. So some trees are tall and some are small. So these all the tall trees and small trees, they make a cover over the plants. So see, for example, if the trees, if suppose some small trees are there and some tall trees will be covered over them. Okay, so likewise in the forest, so many trees, so one on the other, they will form the crown like this, so that whenever the rainfall takes place, so this water directly it will not hit the ground. So what the ground is there here, these rainfall, they directly they will not hit on the ground, but what happen, they intercept. So these leaves will be there, so broad cover will be there here. So these rainfall, when it takes place, this should be penetrate through these leaves, then it have to hit the ground, but it will not directly hit. Instead of that, what happen, so this through the branches and all, through the stem, it will reaches the ground, because all the water will be fall on its cover, the canopy, what you can say, and then they will penetrate through the leaves and through the branches and all, so it will reaches the ground through the stems and all. So that here, when it do not hit the ground directly, so then the floods will not occur near the forest area, the floods will not occur, and always the water table is maintained here, because the water, when it seeps through the ground, so always the water table will be maintained here, and water table will be filled always, and the water bodies, they are also having the water there. So this is how they maintain all the water in all the sources, even in the ground and as well as the rivers and all which are present nearby these areas. Right? Some water will be there always. So likewise, it is happened, and even those forest areas also, if you ask your grandparents and all, when they visit all these forest areas, suppose, so there before 60-70 years ago, so there the forest areas are large, but nowadays what happened, due to the increase in the population, so as the population increases, what happened, there is a competition for the jobs and for the human settlements and all. Yes, and when it requires, what people used to do, they clear the forest area and they made that area for the human settlements, for constructing the buildings, and to provide the job, they will cut the forest area and they build the industries and factories there. So likewise nowadays the forest areas, they are gone cutting and making for the human settlements and all. So these things are what happening nowadays due to the increasing population, right? So this have to be prevented, because we know, now we understood what are the importance of the forest. So forests are very important to us because we get many things, and the main thing is it protects our environment. Yes, so these all the things are going to be happen nowadays, but you have to maintain and you have to give some knowledge about this importance of the forest, awareness about the importance of the forest, and we have to maintain it properly. Okay, and see, now you have understood that these forests are very useful to us because they provide shelter for many animals, and these provide the medicinal plants will be there, and they provide the medicines, and also they maintain the water cycle, right? And also they can provide the timber, gum and ceiling wax and all, and many articles of the wood we can make. So likewise these forests are very useful to us. And now just think, what happen if there is no forest, or if the forests are disappear? So what happen? Just think, if the forests are disappear, what happen? So now we can discuss what would happen if the forest disappear. What would happen if the forests disappear? So see, the first thing, if the forest disappear, it causes the global warming. If the forest disappear, the firstmost thing is it causes the global warming. Global warming means it is the increase in average temperature of the globe or the earth. So see, when the disappearing forest means cutting the trees, means clearing the forest. So that is what we can call the deforestation. So clearing trees for the human settlements and to build the factories and industries and to construct the roads. So for these purposes we clear the forest. So we all know that the trees absorb the carbon dioxide and it is having by the pie chart we also understood that the content of all the gases which are present in the environment. So there is around 78% of nitrogen is there, okay, and 21% oxygen is there, and 0.04% carbon dioxide is there, okay, and 0.06% other gases such as the dust, water vapors and all. So they will be present 0.06%. So when we cut the trees, so in the atmosphere they will be absorb the here we have learned that before only. So in the forest, so many animals are there. This is the habitat for many animals. So many herbivorous animals are there which are depending on the plants, and depending on the herbivorous, many carnivorous animals are there, and many scavengers are there to eat the dead and decaying matter. So and also many decomposers are there. If there is no forest, if we clear the forest, the herbivorous animals will not get the food, and also they will not get the shelter. So there the decrease in number of herbivorous takes place, and when there is no herbivorous animals, it will affect on the carnivorous animals. Those carnivorous animals will not get the food, and likewise it affects the whole food chain of that forest area, and what we can say, the number of animals. So it is endangered. Many animals what we can see nowadays. So the animals which were there before, nowadays we are not able to see them because of this some evolution, and by clearing the forest. So likewise the number of the animals go on decreasing. So that we should not do. And also see, in the absence of trees, the soil will not hold the water. So it can cause the floods. So in the absence of trees, we know that the roots of the trees, they will be there in the soil, and they hold the soil griply, as well as when the rainfall takes place, they hold the water. But when there is no trees, they will not hold the water. You might have seen there when they finished their visit to the forest, so rainfall was took place, but they will not get any rainwater, the drops of rain. They will not hit the ground. That way, if it is happen in our area, what happen? The water will flow like the flood, right? So when there is no forest, or when we clear the forest, if there is no plants, means they will not hold the water, and when the rain took place, so it causes the flood. And if the floods occur, we know that what are the effects of the floods. Yes, many people will lose their property, many people will lose their domestic life, many people will lose their life and shelters also. So likewise many effects are caused due to these floods. So if we clear the forest, it affects in all the ways. So now, as a responsible person, what you have to do? Yes. So there, first of all, we should oppose clearing the forest. So we can build the other factories and industries where the soil is not fit to grow the the plants. So in that areas we can build the factories, and we can give the jobs and all. So what is necessary to build these buildings or the factories and all in the fertile soil? Yes, the area which is fit to grow the crops or the plants. So likewise we should think and we should act wisely. So we should oppose to clearing the forest, and as much as possible try to plant the trees. Not only in your area, wherever it is there, you can just try to plant the trees. So if you grow the tree, it will produce both food as well as oxygen, and also it keeps the environment clean, and also it can protect us from all these situations. Okay, and also if you plant the trees, you can make the afforestation. Afforestation means if any area is there, so then you can plant some trees, so that will become the forest. So it will provide the home and the shelter and food for many animals. So likewise you can think creatively and you can act accordingly. Okay. So this is about the forest, our lifeline. So with this I will conclude this chapter. I hope you have understood this, and even though if you have queries regarding this, you can contact me and clarify doubts. Thank you. Have a nice day.